Depression and Anxiety Among Sexually Abused Adolescents and Their Environmental and Cultural Factors by Alyssa Fisher and Ashley Streeper. The prevalence of anxiety and depression has increased among adolescents over the last few years. Anxiety and depression caused by traumatic events they experienced and others that have struggled since the COVID-19 pandemic began. Having other disorders such as anxiety are also common among children with depression. Children that are victims of sexual abuse and are depressed are easy targets for abusers by making them feel loved or important. The perpetrator undermines the victim's self-confidence and self-esteem. Media inaccuracy. Victims of sexual abuse will become the abuser themselves. Dramatic and distorted images of depression are that they are dangerous or unpredictable. The negative impact on the adolescent from the media's inaccuracies is it impairs their self-esteem, medication adherence, the feeling that they are weak, and they won't seek help. Ways the media can benefit the adolescent is from public education and awareness, projecting positive, and stories of those who live with mental illness. Early intervention for a healthy outcome is counseling, medication, education, get other family members involved, communication, and encouragement. Family is one's primary source of strength. Family can boost self-esteem, lessen anxiety, and give adolescents a sense of belonging. Outcomes without family support are chronic health conditions, suicide, isolated, emotionally withdrawn, risk of substance abuse, anxiety, and stress. The lack of family support can have short and long-term effects. The child's development is disrupted and health and behavior can be compromised. The role of peers, having positive influence. A good friend brings out the best in you. They're supportive, they give encouragement, they listen, comfort, inspire, and love. Negative influence, adolescents with depression or those who are being abused are vulnerable to negative peer pressures such as engaging in risky behaviors, unhealthy choices, drugs, alcohol, poor academic performance, and skipping classes. Mental illness is not a trait that can be passed down from person to person, but a specific gene that can be passed on, causing the individual to be susceptible to mental illness. Some risk factors are trauma, abuse, lifestyle, environment, and stress. Helping the population. It is the federal, state, and local government's responsibility to fund and regulate mental health treatment. Mental health parity law requires insurance benefits to be the same as other disorders and diseases. In Utah this year, a bill was passed to expand treatment options for children in need of mental health services and insurance coverage. Things that are hindering the population. Although changes have been made, there are still inadequacies. Treatment is limited and unaffordable. Discrimination is present, and states vary when it comes to protecting rights and preventing discrimination. Shortage of mental health providers. Some potential barriers are worry too much of what other people think, life pressure, social media, friendships, their sleep cycle, cost and access to care, family member response, sign of weakness, taking antidepressants, timely access to care, and feeling guilt and blaming self. Some of the international scope is the Chinese culture. In Asia, there is a stigma about receiving treatment for mental health issues. Diseases or imbalances are considered cosmic forces of the yin and yang. Mental illness is also considered punishment for doing something wrong, and mental illness reflects on the family. They feel shame to seek treatment.
Health disparities, the socioeconomic status. Lower socioeconomic status is associated with a higher likelihood of developing mental health disorders, such as major depressive disorder, especially with the contribution of other adverse life events, such as the trauma from sexual abuse. Elevated depressive symptoms, such as anhedonia and feelings of hopelessness. They may have decreased access to specialized care and mental health treatment, and they may have unfavorable mental health outcomes that negatively impact the quality of life. Race and ethnicity. Major depressive disorder is common among all races, but is extremely debilitating for minorities as they often go underdiagnosed and undertreated. Discrimination is a major risk factor of MDD for African Americans, especially African American females. African American youth living in predominantly white neighborhoods are at increased risk of depression. Women and adolescents in general that are sexually abused are at risk of mental health disorders, with African American women and adolescents being at an even greater risk. Less than half of African Americans seek treatment for depression, even though their symptoms are severe and debilitating. The health disparities with religion. Studies show that religion can have a positive effect on mental health. Religiosity has been shown to reduce suicide, alcohol, and drug use among those suffering with mental health issues. It helps to provide social connections. It helps the victims or people suffering with depression and anxiety to feel that they belong. It helps people cope with adversity and trauma. And religion may lessen the negative impact on mental health of adolescent sexual abuse survivors by decreasing anger and depressed mood. Gender. Studies show depression affects more adolescent girls than boys. Depression for girls and boys has similar symptoms. However, depressed girls show more guilt, sleep problems, negative body image, and self-blame. Females have a higher risk of anxiety after being sexually assaulted. Male victims often do not close abuse for 10 or more years, and they do delay seeking treatment for sexual abuse due to stereotypes. Childhood sexual assault puts both genders equally at higher risk of psychosocial and psychiatric disorders that follow them into adulthood. Geographical location. People living in rural areas may have less access to healthcare and need to travel long distances to seek treatment. They may have lack of public transportation and the lack of resources and mental health providers. Telehealth. This ensures access to mental health services in a timely manner. They're able to receive information and healthcare services even in rural areas, and an appointment with a healthcare provider can happen in their own home without having to travel. Health disparities bias. Negative implicit and explicit biases of mental illness affect recovery attitudes. These biases promote barriers to recovery and positive health outcomes. Implicit and explicit biases are weakness. The person that struggles with mental illness or depression may be seen as incompetent. They may be seen responsible for the disorder. They may seem helpless, blameworthy, dangerous, and mental illness may be associated with being bad. The international scope. Inequalities and disparities concerning physical and mental health are a worldwide problem. Health inequalities exist among all nations, and it is imperative these gaps are lessened to ensure positive outcomes for those suffering with depression, anxiety, and trauma from sexual abuse. And these are our references.